welcome to another episode of Inside the Studio. I'm Cameron Lewis, I'll be your host. On the last episode, I said that I would explore more of the impulse responses available with the NadIR impulse response loader, and well, I didn't, at least not in that episode. So what I'm going to do now is I have two tracks of guitar that I recorded here. One is clean, one is distorted, and I will be running through the different impulse responses that are available that come with this plugin. Now, you can load any impulse response that you want, but I will also show you how you can blend the ones that are already here with the ones that you have, or ones that you have with ones that you have, so on and so forth. So let's get started. First, we're going to do the distorted guitars, and here's what I have for those. Now that's just running through the raunchy 412 cab that I used last time, because I really like that one. So let's go ahead and let this play, and I'll switch over to the stock IRs. And as you can hear here, there's a lot of different tones that they have. These are the different microphones that they use, which included is SM57, a 441, and MD421. And for the SM57 and the 441, they have them both center and off axis, which does give you a different sound each time. With the MD421, we have center and 45 degree, which admittedly does give you a different sound. So let's go ahead and listen to the few others that we've got here. All right, now let's see what happens when we blend the stock IRs with ones that we've loaded up. We'll put that to centered, and we'll play. All right, and going this route, you can get any combination of sounds that you want, depending on what IRs you're loading in. So next, let's go ahead and take a look at our clean guitars. And for that one, let's see what we've got loaded up. Still the raunchy 412, so let's go ahead and change that up a bit. Let's try the modern 412, and we'll go ahead and blend that with the SM57 center that comes with this. We will do perfect center on that. That way it's an equal blend of both of them. All right, let's try the 57 off axis. And the sharp 412. All right, one that I've always wanted to try on clean guitar, this Mesa 212 that I've got here, that's actually a bass cabinet. So let's mix that with the SM57 center and see how it sounds. Okay, I gotta admit, I like how that sounds. Anyway, that's all this is. It is an IR loader. All it does is it loads impulse responses for you to use as a guitar cabinet emulator. Now, you see me here using it with the Ignite Emissary, and some of you are like, well, what if I don't want to use the Ignite Emissary? That's fine. You can actually use this with other amp simulators. For instance, I am going to open up Amplitube 5 and use NadIR for the cab emulation, because some of the cabs that come stock with the Amplitube 5 custom shop are not the greatest, but you can use any cab sim you want when you load up an impulse response. Now, how we do this is we come over here to the cab simulation portion and just turn it off. That's all you got to do. Now, let's make sure I'm on the correct one here. Ooh, nope. So that's for the distorted guitar. So let's mute this, come over here, and let's see how that sounds. Okay, so one downside is if you load up an amp, it's going to automatically try to load a different cab. And if you don't have that cab, well, it's going to try to play through that and you're going to get that static sound. So let's try this again. And we're just going to play this section right here. All right. So apparently that Mesa bass cabinet does not sound good on distorted guitar, at least not ran through the orange amp. So let's see if it does sound good ran through something else. I have here a triple rectifier. And I'm going to have to go ahead and change the cabinet on it. That way it doesn't tell me, hey, you can't use that. And for now, we'll turn off the overdrive pedal in front. Okay, so on the distorted guitar, the Mesa actually does sound okay, if you've got the right amp. So we're going to go back to the clean guitar one and switch it up for a clean guitar, or for a clean sound in Amplitube 5 as well. So we'll replace the effects, Amplitube 5, wait for it to load because it's going to take forever, like it always does. One of the downsides of running a computer with less than optimal RAM. So let's go ahead and load up this orange first. And I think I'd probably be better off just dragging it over there instead of doing that. So let's see. That, unmute that. And we've got it on the fat channel, so let's bring the gain down and work our way up. cool thing about clean guitar is you can use just about any cabinet you want, and it's going to sound okay. For instance, let's go all the way over to the Mesa. Bring this back up. Alright, and now I'm going to try a different one. We'll do this glass 412. That's a dark glass cab. Bring this back up. And now the Avenger 412. And let's even try a different amp. Try to get a clean tone out of a different amp anyway. Actually, we're gonna drop that down because I was having issues with some of my words getting cut off, and now I realize that, so we'll throw the Soldano in there. And obviously when we play it, it's not clean. That's because we got to switch over to clean. Normal. And yeah, let's try that. Let's go ahead and bring that volume up a little bit. And there you have it. So, like I said, really all this was an impulse response loader. You can load any impulse response you want. I mean, whatever ones you have, you can use those. You can blend between the two. I didn't really mess with the resonance and delay and all of that on here, or room amount, but I did go through all of the ones that come with it. That way you could hear what those sound like, and that's what I promised you guys. So I gave you a little more by, you know, going through some of the ones that I had. Anyway, you can also use this on bass guitar. In fact, quite often hold on, let me go ahead and open this back up. Quite often, I will turn off the cab emulator that comes with my bass amp plugin here. And how you do that, effects rack, come down here, click empty, play real cab. And that's why I have all of those bass cabs. For the most part, for recording guitar, I will actually use either my PV Windsor or my little Joyo Meteor, which both of those will be featured in a hardware demo that I will be filming soon and uploading rather soon as well. So once again, thank you all for watching. I hope that you learned a little something in this video. And as for whether or not this plugin is worth getting, it's free. So yeah, it's worth getting. Worst case scenario is you don't like it, you delete it, and you're not out any money. Also, you end up getting some cool impulse responses along the way. So yeah, go check them out. I will be including a link to this. Well, actually, if you watch my last video about the Ignite Amps Emissary, you'll get this when you download that. In fact, you have to download the Emissary to get this, which sucks, especially if you're not looking for a new guitar amp simulator, but they're both free. So yeah, go ahead and get them. Again, I would like to thank you for watching, and stay tuned. I'll have more plugin demos, more hardware demos, and who knows, maybe one of these days I'll get sponsored, you know? All right, stay tuned, everybody.